All right. Well, let's get started.
I can't turn around because I'm pregnant.
All right. All right. So since the cat's out of the bag,
Okay.
we made some noodles,
Yeah.
and we decided that we're gonna talk about our pregnancy.
2X bulldog spicy noodles that we love to eat and that I haven't eaten in a long time because I'm apparently not supposed to eat very spicy food or else I'll go into labor. Should I say? Because it's just really spicy, so apparently, like, if you eat really spicy, it makes you have contractions or something. I don't know.
We're about to find out.
About to find out. Alright, let's eat.
So we want to talk about our pregnancy journey.
Oh, right, yeah, it's ours. You haven't been able to eat spicy
it's my
food
journey
either.
too.
You're matching my energy this pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
This first pregnancy. Do you have questions for me?
Yes, I do. Why don't you start off by talking a little bit about our pre-pregnancy? What did we do to prepare for pregnancy?
There's nothing you gotta do. I'm just kidding.
We went to a prenatal counselor.
Yeah. We went to, at that time we were living in downtown. So we went to an OB to kind of do all the tests, make sure that we're up to date on our vaccines.
We did kind of, I don't know what it's called, it's a genetic test. Basically tells you what both husband and wife, what disorders they have.
Or if they're susceptible to something, or if
what diseases, what carriers, what, I don't know. All that
like if they have
jargons.
Any blood disorders and stuff. Which, by the way, I do. I have beta thalassemia, but I already knew that. Wait, are we going into details? Okay, well, I have beta thalassemia, guys. And I always knew that, though, since I was a teen. It's a blood disorder.
And I have alpha thalassemia. I didn't know that. I actually didn't know. I had two things. The other thing, I don't know. But I'm a carrier of both. But based off our genetic counselor, that we had a conversation with them, and they said that since we have different things, it shouldn't affect baby, and he or she should be fine and okay.
So, yeah.
To get mentally prepared for pregnancy, we had a bunch of conversations on how we expect pregnancy or parenting to look like for us.
Yeah.
What parenting styles both of us have, how we complement each other, and
what did we talk about during that?
We talked about kind of different scenarios, how we would react.
Mommy wants to try some of that spicy.
Momo, would you? But yeah, that was our pre-pregnancy journey. Once we did find out that we were pregnant, that's when our true journey began. You want to talk a little bit about it?
Say.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
It's okay. How was...
This has been me. This has been my pregnancy journey.
Okay, so you've completed your first trimester. What were your expectations? And how did it go? What do you think? Kind of talk a little bit about that.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I expected to be real nauseous. That's what I heard. That people are usually really nauseous. And I wasn't. At all. I probably threw up once, though. But that was because of acid reflux.
You did have, like, a bunch of nights in a row.
I was sick,
You were just coughing all night.
I was sick.
Then you were coughing all night, so you barely were sleeping. And then you were, like, just... That's when you threw up once, or I think you threw up twice during your first trimester.
Yeah, but that was during the time that I was sick, and I'm pretty sure I had the flu.
But even before that,
I'm positive I had the flu.
You probably did.
Yeah.
The first thing that happened was maybe during like your 6th week of pregnancy. You started getting this severe pain in your stomach. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. I had real bad abdominal pain, and I was just like, there's no way this is normal. Like, I need to get this checked out. So I went to the ER, waited 7 hours, and I still didn't get to see anyone.
The healthcare system here is so bad.
So I left the ER, and then the next morning I went to my OB, and they found out that I have a cyst.
This was our first appointment with the OB too.
Yeah, this was our first time.
We had scheduled for later on.
To visit
them.
OB, yeah.
But because this was an emergency, they told us to come in. They did a emergency ultrasound. We thought it was like pre-clam. What was it?
What?
Ectopic.
No.
We were thinking it was an ectopic.
Oh no,
Ectopic.
Is it pronounced ectopic or ectopic?
Ectopic.
I feel like my mom would pronounce it ectopic.
Because that's kind of what aligned with the symptoms and the pain, and we're like, oh shoot.
Yeah, so I thought that's what it was. And then they checked and they said, no, like, the baby is where the baby's supposed to be.
Oh yeah, they saw the baby. They're like, oh, you're hiding over here. It's so tiny.
Yeah, it was a little, whatchamacallit?
A little poppy seed. We found out that the problem was actually you had a huge cyst in your ovaries. So the pain stopped after that, and you haven't had to deal with that again. And so after that is when the coughing and stuff happened at night and stuff. I think that was around like 10 to 13 weeks. You're having a lot of coughing. You were sick for a while when your dad came to visit us.
Yeah.
That's when you had the flu or something.
Yeah, that was my first time being sick. I was wheezing, I was coughing, I got cold.
Yeah, you had like 103 fever, right? 103.5 or something?
Yeah. It was like 103.5, yeah.
So we were a little worried about that, but we stayed at home. We talked to the OB. She's like, just take Tylenol, you'll be fine.
Just wait it out, kind of. Make sure you don't have any weird symptoms like bleeding and stuff like that. Which there weren't.
After that, we planned a trip to Turkey. I think that was up near the end of our first trimester. We went to Turkey in November, and then in October was the first time I got sick. November was the second time I got sick, and that was in Turkey, which was hard. Wait, you didn't even talk about Turkey. You're talking about sickness first. Why would we have to talk about Turkey? Because you're pregnant. It's your baby moon. Oh, yeah, that was our baby moon. What else is there to say? I was sick, and then I was sick in Turkey. No, you were doing all this stuff in Turkey. You were getting a lot more energy by the time we went to Turkey. Yeah, I had a lot of energy. You were very tired the first semester. Yeah, the first trimester, like, one symptom I did have that was, like, the strongest symptom for me was feeling like I got hit by a truck. Just every single day I was super tired. I couldn't really get out of the bed. I couldn't really do much. I was just a potato. That's mashed potato? No, I was just a unboiled, anything potato. We were in Turkey for like 10 days. We were hiking, vibing, chilling with the cats, going to a masjid, drinking the lentil soups. Yeah, we were with family over there too, some cousins. So we had some... We're just vibing. People to hang out with. And then we went to Cappadocia and Antalya on our last date, and that's when things took a turn. Sound like a Netflix documentary. You know, I've been watching those. So basically, you got sick a second time. Yeah, and then over there, it was also a temperature of like 103. It got very high. 0.5. We called our OB here. They're like, that's not normal. You should be getting sick twice. Yeah, so they're like, you gotta visit an OB over there. So then Bilal was, this whole time I'm knocked out, so I can't do anything. So Bilal was basically doing everything over there. I was running around, talking to people. He was running around, trying to find a temperature. Yeah, running to a reception, asking them to talk for me because these people only talk in Turkish. They don't know no English. And then finally I found an OB, Dr. Funda, who was amazing. Dr. Funda was amazing, yeah. We were able to get a same-day appointment. She took your ultrasound, and she said the baby's heart rate is pretty high. You're going to go to ER? And we need to bring down your temperature. You need to go to the emergency room. So we went to the emergency. She wrote a note for the doctors there in Turkish. She kind of knew them, I guess. They took us in the back. They popped her with some IVs. Yeah, popped me with some IVs. They were popped with some ice in your veins. Yeah. And that brought down the fever. You know how it is. Luckily, in and out, everything we got done within like 4 hours. Which that was crazy. Over here, you guys remember the first time I was waiting for 7 hours here. We didn't even see a doctor.
No, I didn't see anyone. Yeah.
And it was pretty cheap over there. Everything was like, total was like $350 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the story of your first trimester.
And so far, for the second half of my pregnancy, so now I'm 23 weeks. So I'm like at the tail end of my second trimester. I would say it's going pretty smoothly, alhamdulillah. Nothing going on. So we're back to the spicy food, that's for sure. Oh wait, I forgot to mention in the first trimester, I did have some heartburn. Because remember I was taking Tums a lot?
Yeah.
I had heartburn, I was having headaches and stuff, and I was feeling tired. Those were like my main symptoms. I mean, I'm a tired person in general, so this was like tired on the next level.
So what do you think overall, based on kind of your expectations of pregnancy versus what you went through? How would you describe?
I think my experience has been so much better than I imagined it would be. Like, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, like...
You used to be very scared of pregnancy?
Yeah, I used to be very scared of pregnancy, but especially delivery, which I haven't gone through, so I can't speak on that yet. But I'm still kind of scared of delivery, but not as much, I think, because I've, like, been watching a lot of videos, like, I kind of know what to expect.
Where we started.
Yeah, so that's been my pregnancy journey, and it's definitely much more exciting than I imagined, much more easier than I imagined, I think. I don't know.
If you guys have any questions,
pop them in the comment section.
Peace.
I thought I'd come on here. It's been 10 minutes since we ate. I just wanted to update you guys that I haven't gone into labor. So I think we're good.